She thought losing just 1 more kilo would save her marriage, until her muscles turned to stone. At 26 years old, Hannah fell to the floor of her bathroom, her hands twisted in a painful claw, unable to breathe, and was rushed to the hospital. Just days earlier, she had been celebrating how far her weight loss had come, unaware she was about to pay the price with her life. Hannah lived with her husband, Tom, in a cozy flat in Manchester. They had been married barely 6 months. But after their wedding, Hannah noticed something that made her stomach twist. Tom's eyes seemed to follow other women. Always the slimmer ones. Always the toned ones. She tried to brush it off, but late at night, lying in bed, Hannah replayed those moments, Tom glancing at another woman in the shopping mall, or his subtle look at an actress on TV. Hannah started to believe she wasn't enough. That if she lost a bit of weight, Tom might truly see her again. So she decided to slim down. Fast. Scrolling through TikTok and Instagram, she saw dozens of influencers praising instant noodles as a cheap, low-calorie hack. So Hannah stocked up. Noodles for lunch. Noodles for dinner. Maybe a slice of toast for breakfast. She told herself, just a few days. It'll work. But a few days turned into a week. Then 2. And when she noticed Tom paying her more compliments, even lingering to hug her a little longer, it felt like proof that the plan was working. Each morning, Hannah stepped on the bathroom scale and smiled. Another half-kilo gone. She'd text Tom, "Look, I'm down another pound." Tom would reply with a heart emoji, which made her heart leap. That tiny validation kept Hannah going. But soon, strange things started happening. Every time she stood up too quickly, her heart would slam against her chest. Her mouth felt dry. Her legs would cramp at night, toes curled painfully like claws. However, the image of Tom glancing at other women kept replaying in her head, and she told herself that she can't stop. One night, after a hot shower, her arms suddenly locked up, elbow bent, fingers clawed. She had to pry it open with her other hand, laughing nervously and telling herself, "Guess I'm just tired." But deep down, she was worried. By day 14, Hannah was down over 4 kilograms. Tom even posted a couple selfie with her on Instagram with a fire emoji. She thought, finally, I'm enough. But that same night, while brushing her hair, Hannah felt her jaw tighten. Her hands started to cramp, twisting inward. Her heart raced. Her breathing grew shallow, each gasp more desperate than the last. She tried to call out, but her voice wouldn't come. She crashed to the floor of the bathroom, eyes wide, body frozen in a terrifying spasm. Tom, hearing the thud from the living room, ran in and found Hannah on the tiles, hands locked in a claw, lips turning blue, chest barely moving. He called emergency services in a panic. Paramedics found Hannah's heart rhythm dancing dangerously out of control. She was awake, but paralyzed, unable to move anything except her eyes. They placed oxygen on her face, secured in 4-line, and rushed her to the hospital. In the emergency department, doctors immediately connected Hannah to a cardiac monitor. The ECG showed a dangerously prolonged QT interval with multiple premature ventricular beats. Her heart was on the verge of collapsing into a fatal arrhythmia. They drew blood urgently for a full electrolyte panel. They also ordered a venous blood gas to check her acid-base balance, and a serum osmolality to estimate how concentrated her blood had become. Meanwhile, they performed a renal function test to see if her kidneys were still working, since severe electrolyte shifts can cause acute kidney injury. A quick bedside glucose was also checked to rule out hypoglycemia contributing to her altered state. As results came back, it was clear. Potassium, critically low. Magnesium, nearly 0. Calcium, almost undetectable. Sodium, dangerously high. Creatinine, slightly elevated, showing her kidneys were under strain. The doctor scanned the ECG again and shook his head. "She's in severe electrolyte collapse," he said gravely. "If we don't fix this, she could seize or her heart could stop at any moment." How could eating instant noodles almost kill Hannah? For nearly 2 weeks, she was living on them, 2 or 3 packs every day. Each pack contains around 800 to 1,200 milligrams of sodium, giving her up to 3,600 milligrams of sodium daily, which is nearly double what many guidelines recommend as the maximum for adults. Instant Noodles has almost no potassium, only about 100 milligrams per pack, compared to the 3,500 milligrams her body needed. Magnesium is just a trace, around 10 to 20 milligrams per pack, too far below the 300 to 400 milligrams required. Calcium is barely 20 milligrams, compared to the 700 to 1,000 milligrams adults should get. On top of that, instant noodles have very little fiber, maybe 1 to 2 grams per pack. Fiber helps keep you full and slows digestion, which is critical for a sustainable weight loss plan. Without fiber, you get a quick rush of calories, but you're hungry again almost immediately. Despite the lack of fiber, Hannah was still losing weight, but not in a healthy way. Instant noodles gave her very few calories overall, so her body started burning through its energy reserves. At first, the scale dropped quickly, but it was mostly water and muscle loss, not fat. The weight was real, but the damage was silent. Her body was starving for nutrients, even as she celebrated each new number. That combination set up a dangerous imbalance. Sodium is mainly an extracellular ion. It lives outside the cells and carries a positive charge. Potassium is primarily intracellular, inside the cells, and also positively charged. This separation is critical for generating an electrical gradient across cell membranes, allowing nerves and muscles to fire and reset. The body maintains this balance with the sodium-potassium pump, which uses energy from ATP to actively pump 3 sodium ions out of the cell while bringing 2 potassium ions back in. That mechanism keeps sodium high outside the cell and potassium high inside the cell. But when Hannah flooded her body with sodium, the kidneys tried to get rid of it through urine. In that process, they also lost potassium. Without enough potassium in the blood, the sodium-potassium pump could not reload potassium back into cells. As a result, her cells could no longer maintain their resting electrical gradient. You can think of sodium as a gas pedal for nerves and muscles. It helps start electrical activity. But potassium acts as the brake, allowing those same cells to rest and reset. Without enough potassium, the gas pedal stays pressed, leaving her muscles locked in painful contraction, unable to release. At the same time, low potassium, low magnesium, and high sodium disrupted how calcium, another positively charged mineral, moved across nerve and muscle membranes. Calcium is critical for coordinating the heart's contraction and relaxation, and without normal calcium flow, her heartbeat turned chaotic. Magnesium normally acts as a stabilizer for these electrical signals. When magnesium is missing, nerve impulses become erratic, and the heart's rhythm can destabilize even further. In clinical terms, Hannah's diet overwhelmed her with sodium, but stripped away every safeguard, potassium, magnesium, calcium, and fiber, that kept her heart, her nerves, and her muscles working in balance. Her diaphragm, the main breathing muscle, locked up. Her heart fell out of rhythm. Her breathing nearly stopped. All because she chased quick weight loss with a diet that removed the nutrients her body depends on every single day. Doctors began carefully replacing Hannah's missing electrolytes, minute by minute, hour by hour. They had to be incredibly cautious, because correcting her sodium too quickly could cause water to rush into her brain cells, making them swell. This can lead to cerebral edema, a dangerous brain swelling that could leave someone in a coma or permanently disabled. During those first 2 days in intensive care, Hannah drifted in and out of consciousness, locked inside a body that would not respond. At one point, she began hallucinating, seeing Tom dancing near her bedside, smiling, even talking to her. She also saw him still staring at yet another slim woman. Though he wasn't there yet. She tried to call out, but no words came. She could only watch, terrified, as this impossible vision played out in front of her. The medical team feared her hallucinations might mean her brain was already under too much stress. They slowed the correction even more, watching every heartbeat on the monitor, praying she wouldn't slip into permanent brain damage. Finally, on the 3rd day, Hannah's heart steadied. Her muscles relaxed. She could breathe again. Tom arrived in person, and this time, he truly was there, holding her hand, crying, promising he would never let her feel not enough again. When Hannah went home, she opened her kitchen cupboard and saw the half-used packs of instant noodles. She threw them away without a second thought. Because chasing 1 more kilogram had almost cost her everything, including her life. Take care of yourself, keep living well, and stay healthy. If you found this video meaningful or felt inspired, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss more content that matters.